Why, hello. I'd like to welcome back to the Cacowards. In case you forgot which one it is, it's 2009. We're playing entry number 8, and someone died during the making of this level. Or it's just a memoriam. I don't like it either way. Oh, it's the wrong door. Whoops. Okay, brain. I need to reset my brain. I need to go insane. Damn it. My brain is still... It's offline. God, how the fuck did you absorb that many bullets? With a very complicated scenario. I could use the armor, I guess. Now, some of you people might be asking, are you still, or am I still feeling good? Am I still feeling like a chummy old chum-chum? The answer to that question will be answered by my dear friend. Thank you. Thank you for your appreciation. The fact that he just sandblasted my face into the next coming Tuesdays, I think tells a lot, doesn't it? I'm still feeling good, actually. And I feel great. I feel great about feeling good. Holy peppernuts. By golly. Shit, fuck. Christ. I can't see shit. I could probably smell it, but I couldn't see it. Why doesn't Doom Guy just bring a flashlight? People complain about it in Doom 3, but some reason Doom 1 gets a pass! I say that's unfair. Because Doom 3 at least did something with the flashlight. Here it just feels obnoxious. And of course we got more of those mother cluckers. Hanging out on the ridge! Hitscan Man! Ain't he just a peach? You ain't. All I can think about is yanked. Goddamn Tumblr memes! I don't even do much there anymore. I still need to answer that one guy's... Oh. Ugh. I'm just gumming up the works. I think I'll make that post once I'm done with this. I owe it to do my fucking job. I should just do my fucking job. Other things I should do, my fucking job! And maybe, if I'm feeling particularly peachy keen, my job. That'd be great. That'd be real good. Like, why are they so dark? Like, it's rare to see a cave level that's actually dark and kind of pulls it off, but I think it's just obnoxious. Like, I'll say it and I'll say it again, and I'll say it again, just in case you forgot. It really doesn't do it for me. Like... The elements of Doom are not, you cannot see your target. Well, at least I danced the dance of life. Let us dance the dance of life on this beautiful eve. And then maybe we'll buy some Hot Pockets. He does have a unique sound, doesn't he? I guess he's got to differentiate himself from his buddy old pal, old chummy old friends somehow. Also, this map has been very cheap when it comes to rockets. It's like, here's some plasma, but... Here's a cyber demon, so here's some rockets, I guess. What a little scamp. The fact that I'm playing a dark level, and I'm not turning on IDB hold L, it's a good sign, good sign. Also, one thing I want to say that not a lot of people brought up, that kind of should be said. The creator of Angels with Scaly Wings is very passive. Really hasn't done a lot. He really seems to just be like, okay, I'm done, and he just threw his hands up in the air and walked away. which is fine. I mean, you're entitled to just say you're done and leave and go home. But there's a lot of people out there who are kind of asking a lot of questions and are kind of curious. And I feel that it's because we're so used to the idea of everything gets a sequel and everything keeps going forward forever. Because, okay, I'm just going to pick my nose real fast. There we go. Oh, that's good. See, the good ending is kind of terrible when you really think about it. So here's a question. What does humanity have to assure its sovereignty after the dragons move in? Think about this. The dragons they just gave up their homeworld. They're in a new world. There's infrastructure, everything they need. What does humanity have to offer them at this point? Why should they, under any circumstances, give humanity anything? They can just take the whole place over. Anna says it herself. They don't need humans. They're better than humans. They are literally genetically superior because they've overcome their shortcomings. Whereas humans are still floppy dicks. Much of floppy dicks. But yeah, my point is like, what is to stop the council, who is traditionalist and clearly very self-interested and populist? Umara gets there because she's a populist. There's nothing stopping them from just saying, you know what, we're gonna take over now. Do what you can. You have guns, but you only have so many bullets, and you need our crap, and we're not gonna give you our crap. What the fuck are they gonna do? There's millions of dragons, millions, who could easily kill a couple of humans without any weapons on their own. And then you have to consider this. Genetic diversity. Humanity probably isn't going to live that one out. That's another part. Oh, fuck, what was it again? Oh, yeah, how the main characters would react. I kind of sat that one out. I really gave it some thought. And I realized Adine would probably think it's great. Because Adine has insecurity problems. She's very insecure about herself. But now, just for being a dragon, she gets kudo chops. Do you think she's just going to sit that one out? No, she's going to be like, oh, man. I can't believe it. Everyone thinks I'm super great just for who I am. And Remy would be upset because he probably was like, why are you destroying human artifacts? I could be learning so many cool new things about my cool new friends. I think Bryce would be upset because Bryce is a stand-up guy. Bryce stood up for you even though he had plenty of reason to just hate your guts. So Bryce would be like, oh man, I don't really like being discriminatory for no reason other than the fact that we kind of just took over. He'd be upset. Anna will be upset because of research possibilities, and also because they cured a cancer. She'd probably be like, hey, these people cured my cancer. I didn't give them shit. They just cured my cancer scot-free. I think it's kind of rude. Not to mention the fact, you know, it's kind of rude to just start killing people. Like, she's not evil. She's self-interested and hedonistic, but she's not evil. Which is very easy to mistake. Someone being very self-interested is very different from them being legitimately evil. And that's kind of what sets her apart. Is when it comes down to that, she'd probably be like, yeah, I don't really like this so much as I thought I would. I kind of think this isn't a great idea. Who's left? Yeah, Adine is like, would probably be fine with that. Lorm would probably be upset because, you know, Lorm's like he's like a common guy. He's like, well, I don't really care. I mean, humans might like him for his little problem, but... God damn, it's so dark. Put up with this. So you have a great, like, if you're gonna make a sequel or if you're gonna write a fanfic, use that. Just use that. You already got a setup. You can do a lot with it. Personally, one idea I quite like is the revolutionaries are great people. The revolutionary leader is a mother who is just sick and fucking tired of being oppressed or enslaved or whatever the dragons are going to do. And she's like, I don't like this. I'm just a mother. I have kids. I need to raise my kids, but I'm not going to raise them in your fucking shitfest of a world. And then the whole point is you can have two ways. You can have it that a dragon supremacist group, who is not the government, plot twist, the actual dragon extermination group that wants to wipe out humanity is not part of the council. They are not politically active. They're just a bunch of KKKers who are building an anti-human machine that dragons can survive but humans can't. Because that way, the government can be like, well, we didn't do it, but I guess that the plans and actions we've been doing are kind of destroying us. Because the terrorist organization, the dragons that are trying to kill the humans, are kind of doing a lot of collateral. There's a huge amount of collateral involved. And that kind of collateral would incentivize the government to be like, yeah, I guess that's a bad idea. But what I like is the mother, where it's like, oh, they're just people like us, but not only are they just people, very normal and decent people are completely driven to the brink because of this. Like, you can do a lot with that. You can tell a great story. I like that. I might not write it myself, because I'm still writing Ophinia's story, which so far is coming along great. In case you're curious, you probably aren't. Yain't, as they say. But if you are... Fuck, that's so dumb. That's so goddamn dumb. But if you are... The general idea I'm going with right now, which is not permanent, like, I'm still reworking the story, and I've written it from the ground up a couple of times, just to get some good story beats going, is... I think I already told this, but I might as well repeat myself, because I like talking! And it's something else to talk about, because this level's nice, but it's so dark that there's not much to say other than, it's dark! I can't see shit! There's your commentary! Yeah. But the way I have it so far... Oh, wow, I'm out of shotgun ammo. Jesus.
Gee willikers, Batman. We're dealing with quite the pickle.
What am I looking for again? Was there anything I was looking for? Probably a switch for that thing up there, huh? Oh, it's gone now. Okay. Well, this is a problem. Well, it's only really a problem. Anyway, the story with Ophinia. The story with Ophinia is actually a very different. So, you have a lot of representations. You have the friendship, you have the BDSM relationship, you have the casual sex, you have the romantic, loving relationship. Not necessarily romantic, but very much about the emotion. And then you have the relationship that's all about the healing. That's really about being there for someone. So you got those. But then, what if you have a polyamorous one that's really about a broken family that got mixed up? You know, like, that's a good story that hasn't been told in that universe yet, is... the Ophinia story is that, I know this is probably going to irk a lot of people. Like, a lot of people take offense really fast when you start mingling characters in this particular direction. Anyway. That's a shitty noise that I really hate. And then, okay, let's go back to the story. I forgot. What did I do? Oh, yeah, I picked up a red key. That probably goes somewhere. Oh, there, oh, there. So the story is, Ophinia is, she's a bit of a mutant. She's got a lot of little things that really dragons don't have, or aren't supposed to have, you know? So, she's, for one, very, like, nervous about her body. But to cap it off, she's really good at something. Namely that she's really smart. But she's also kind of crazy, which unfortunately doesn't help her. It also means that she kind of has trouble bouncing back up from things, because people are like, she's crazy. Don't listen to that crazy person. She's crazy! Which ties in nicely to what's already in the game, which is very little, but enough that if I keep consistent with that... Like, that's the rules I set for myself. Is one, I base it on the code as it exists in the game, as sort of a foundation for how to write it out. But also, I'm not going to go directly against any established lore. So if Sebastian, say... ever mentions that he doesn't have any brothers or family, then I have to write that shit out. God damn it, where was I going? Where was I going with that? Fuck. There's a lot of doors. Oh yeah. So Ophinia is adopted brother of Sebastian. Age 5. Just completely ditched and dumped by her parents, who were like, fuck you, shitty child! And they just kind of ran off. And that's that. That's all she wrote. 5 years old, and their parents just whoosh! Which makes sense. But you know, she's kind of genetically a freak. Which sort of ties into the little girl, but it actually really does tie into that, doesn't it? Well, I guess, unlike Sebastian, unlike little girl, she kind of ends up on top. In a sense. In a very odd sense. Namely, she gets adopted by Sebastian's parents, but she's older than him. And he wasn't even born at that time. They were just like, we have an egg! We want another child so the boy grows up with someone else. And look, it's a random boy. Girl thing. Which also kind of ties into it. Is one of the mutations is sterile. And those guys just showed up. Well, hello, nurse. I just got sandblasted right up the bum. Because I wasn't paying attention. What the fuck? This is so weird. A new way to play Doom? I guess not. That was really rude. Oh, that was rude. What the fuck? That's why they came back. Because that jackass showed up. What the hell? That's new. That's fresh. That's hip. That's modern. Oh. Okay. Guess that's where it came from. Well, fuck them then. So the point is, Finny is adopted. She's sterile, and she feels really bad about it. Because she's one of those people that's like, I want to have kids one day. And pass on my genes or something like that. But she was kind of looking forward to, you know, having some babbers. And living the good life as a parent. But that's never going to happen. Which makes her kind of about extensive contact. You know, kind of withdrawn. Kind of like, I'm having jokes and fun because fuck it if I actually have to open up emotionally to anyone. But at the same time, she's Sebastian, who's always been there for her, who's kind of a jokester at times. I mean, the creator says, oh, he's professional. Sebastian fucking rubs it in if you lose, you know? He's not that professional when you put it into context. He's got his churlish edge. A churlish. Is there a metapack around here? It's a little scattered with, like, supplies all over the place. And I really ate a lot of bullets. Let's turn the IDB hold L so that I can just focus on the gathering. So there are 6 siblings, which is more the establishing lore than anything of importance for that particular story. It's important for, like, what's going on and how that interacts, but it's not like one of those details that you need to fully appreciate, you know? Like, the general point is they know each other, they're great buddy old pals, they're not genetically related, which is primarily to help some of the later... to help the later context kind of work out. Because, in case I kind of want to let this on early, Finny doesn't really care much. Because she's sterile, she doesn't really think much of physical relationships. She's like, I guess sex exists. I guess it's something I can do with my free time. So she kind of sleeps around a bunch. I like that idea, though, of a character who's like, I can't procreate. I can't have sex and get a baby out of it, so fuck it. I'm just gonna do it. Let's have some fun. Which is, it's kind of an interesting angle to take for a character. It's a bit mature. That's one of the problems, is that a lot of her arcs kind of mature. But okay, going back in time to the point of relevance. So the main, the recent lore, aka the lore that actually fucking matters, is that she is hooked up with Anna because she works at the facility. She is a head engineer who kind of was sent over there before her brother, and then her brother showed up and was like, yay! I get to work in the same place as my bestest bro, Sebro. I mean, for fuck's sake, how can you pass it up when you can call him Sebro? My god, it's the perfect joke. I love it. Oh. Oh, I just heard a problem. We're gonna have a problem, aren't we? Yeah, we're about to have a problem. What the fuck? Ooh. I just see a motherfucking machine gun. It's just my imagination. Anyway, Ophinia is brother, blah, 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 blah. Hooks up with Anna because they live in the same building, and Ophinia is, you know, she's kind of crazy, but she's also very, you know, she feeds nicely into Anna's passion and spontaneity, you know? It's like, oh, you want to do something completely insane and possibly illegal? Let me tag along, then. And they kind of get along really well as a result. Interesting character quirk that kind of adds up. Ophinia being friends with Sebastian and generally being kind of harmless. Compared to Anna, who fucking kills animals and steals them. Ophinia's like, she's just a little bit loud at times. So Sebastian... no, I'm gonna draw the line here. Yeah, this was a right move. A just cause. What was I talking about? God damn it, I forgot already. Oh yeah. So Ophinia hooks up with Anna a bunch. Then one time they get caught. There's no proof. So for all intents and purposes, Sebastian can file out the paperwork and sort of make it go away. And Bryce can be like, this is no big deal. Just happenstance. We can make it go away. We'll just give Anna a citation or something like that. Like, we'll just make it go away. No reason to make a big fuss about this. And get the fucking the building administrators in trouble. You know? Let's not get our entire factory shut down over something like this. Like, there's no proof. There's no reason to investigate. There's no way they're going to find the evidence, considering the circumstances. So they get off easy. You know? It's that kind of context. It's supposed to come off if it's just nepotistic enough that you're like, but at the same time you're like, they're so close. They get along so well. Like, even... But Ophinia decides to run away because she's like, oh my god, I even have to betray a person that I really like. I have to kick Anna in the guts. Or, she has to basically ditch someone that she grew up with, that she really, really likes, that she really, really has, you know, the good feels for. Like, ooh, good feels, good times. And so she takes the high road and just fucking books it. Books it out into the wilderness. Which has consequences of its own. Wah, wah. And those consequences are... Oh, fuck. The consequences are that Sebastian now has something to put on her. There is now something they can convict her with, is that she ran away from a crime scene before her statement was taken. Like, she disrupted the law, is the thing they can bring up against her now. And you can all guess how that one works out. So, now there's a case against Affinia to kick her in the gonads and send her down, So, Affinia gets, so the whole point is, Anna's like, oh my fucking god, she ditched me. That's just great, just fucking great. Someone that I really got along with really well just decided to ditch me the fuck out and run away. Great, that's fucking great. Sebastian's like, I can't believe that someone I trust that would clearly understand the situation is perfectly resolvable would just kind of run away. Like, he's like, I can't believe that someone that I trust to know that's never going to do anything particularly illegal did something super illegal. So, they're both kind of pissed, and Affinia's like, oh, fuck. She gets fired because, and this is kind of the arc, this is the good, bad end split, is Sebastian still filled out the paperwork. But he talked it over with Bryce, and Bryce was like, you know what, we'll make this go away. We can make this go away. Like, okay, she ran away, but we can just say it was panic. Because she's a little bit crazy, we can just say, oh, she was panicked, it was all fine, don't worry about it. No cheese there. And they send her back home with a slap on the ass, basically. Then, however, they leave it behind. They're like, let's go get a drink. Let's just take our mind off this for a moment because, you know, it's never fun to have to convict your friends like that, you know? So, they and Bryce go. Naomi, who we never get to see, by the way, finds the paperwork and decides to file it in. Anyway, so that there is now a standing case against Affinia. Whoops! Gets her fired because the council's like, we're not going to hire someone with a criminal record of running away from the police and potentially stealing something. You know? It's like, why the fuck we do that? Like, they're already suspect of Anna, so it's like some of it slides over to someone that's been known to hang out with her because the report mentions that. They're like, we got enough reason to suspect them both. So let's just make this an example. Okay, so that's that. The good bad end is finding that slip of paper, finding the archived version using Remy to uncover that, no, nobody said anything. Affinia just kind of got fucked. She gets fired, ends up living in a cave because, fuck it, she can't, like, stay in her expensive apartment because she doesn't run the building anymore. She's not head of engineering, and you need to be head of engineering to afford the nice buildings. Fuck! Ow! God damn it. Always such a pain to do. Oh wow, I never noticed that the HUD is slightly opaque. How long has that been? Oh, guess that was never on. Okay, so there's no opacity option, it seems. Interesting. Auto map? No, I guess not. Weird. So the central plot is you meet up with Sebastian during his little camping trip, and you're like, hey, come back again. And then you go there, and then you meet Affinia, who you might have met already at the store. And the storyline is, you kind of figure out that even Sebastian's like, I don't want this. Like, I really don't want this. Like, he is emotionally distraught over the fact that this shit kind of blew up beyond what he wanted to. Because it's always been fine and dandy, and Affinia she got into trouble, but she never got in trouble. And he feels extremely guilty for basically ruining her life. And at the same time, he's like, Anna did it. Because who else would bring that case before the council but someone who has contacts within the council, you know? Like, in his mind, it was them. But, god fucking damn it with these fucking pain elementals. Let me through the door. So you got Anna, who's like, it was Sebastian, and Affinia, who set her up for that one. And you got Sebastian, who's like, oh. And then you've got Affinia, who's just like, I was panicking. I was just really fucking panicking. And that makes for a good storyline. Because then you got double dates. Like, every time you meet one of them, the other one shows up too. Like, first you go with Sebastian, generally, but you still meet Ophinia afterwards, and it's very awkward. Unfortunately, because of limited space, and because Sebastian stays still exists, and I kind of want to keep things in the canon arc, kind of limited in what I can do. So it... How does this door open? Where's the bone? Oh, there it is. Yeah, it's a story that the base game doesn't tell. The story of misunderstandings and family members basically being forced to square off against each other. But it all works out in the end. And the good end and the bad end kind of split off from there. The bad end is, Ophinia's like, well, at least I got to make up with Sebastian, because with the bad end, you don't have the paperwork, you don't have anything to prove. So Anna's still like, fuck you, just fuck you and everything you came with. And she and Sebastian still make up, because, hey, Sebastian's like, I never did anything. Like, just believe me, I didn't do anything. That's fucking rude. That's, this motherfucker's goddamn rude. Oh, no, I can't believe this. So they make up. Ophinia can't go back because, you know, she still has a criminal case standing against her that no one is going to rectify. Like, you can't just pull that shit out of your ass anymore without, you know, at least Anna being like, okay, I'll step up for the court and be like, okay, nothing happened. Like, it's all lies. Because Anna wasn't going to testify against the case as was presented because she didn't know what the case was, so she could have implicated herself just by showing up, is the general point. So the good ending is you prove that, oh, no one did it. It just kind of ended up there and Naomi did it, blah, blah, blah. So everything's all right, and they're all, hey, we're happy now. The bad end is Ophinia just goes work for the police. She's like, whatever. I got the body to work for the police. I'll go work for the fucking police. And they kind of show up together at the end for the big showdown. But everything goes wrong. Oh, fuck, I'd written this down. I'd written this down before. But what kind of ending would we go with? Man, what would be the best ending? What would be a good fitting ending? Because every ending seems to be somewhat exclusive to one another. I guess the semi-bad ending would be Ophinia saying, you know what, we're gonna wait this out. We're gonna say, everyone, just sit tight. We're gonna figure this out. We're gonna work this out, okay? So the bad end is she says that, but it kind of fucks everyone over. Humanity doesn't have the resources to wait, and while they succeed at diverting the comet meteor, they still kind of fuck everything over. And Ophinia's like, together with Sebastian, you live there. You had a polygamous relationship, probably. Sebastian's all like, you know what the smart plan is to do? We send her back. We're not going to live knowing that we destroyed humanity like that, you know? Like, they're duty-filled people. They would be like, yep, this is the better of the options. And so they send you back in your sleep. Your character remarks that just kind of woke up there. Welp, I'm mutated. That's a fresh one. Oh, I'm actually here. Look, I made proper saves! Yay! The good end is Ophinia gets her job back. Which I know doesn't sound like much. Can't believe you can kill him with 2 rockets. That's impressive. Because that means you can kill him with 2 shotgun shells. 2 shotgun blasts. So Ophinia gets her job back. And she's been working on something. Like, she has her own project, a little power arm that she's been working on. But now she has the whole facility at her disposal. And she manages to finish the power suit and use that to beat Rez up. And with that ending, the good ending is effectively, like, they try to do it anyway, but because they this time didn't have, like, an advantage of any kind, like, Ophinia's like, welp, guess we can't fix that one, can we? And the ending more veers towards, I guess it would veer towards the idea of sending back generators, being like, listen, we're just gonna send you back with a couple of generators I just made, and you go and fix it there. But then the implication is it doesn't work. So, no. What would be good? What would work? Ophinia, head of the fucking building, like running the engineering job, is like, automates things. She develops a fucking power suit. Where would that go from? What would go from there? What would the good, interesting ending be from that point forward? It's a question you have to answer if you're writing your own goddamn version of Dates. Well, that's fucking great. That's just Spiff McBiff. Looking forward to that one. What would a good ending be? That's the thing, isn't it? Like, there's only so many endings you can really make with the generic permutations that the game focuses on. At some point you have to cross over or do something similar. Let me just think. Let me just look at this thing for a little while. Maybe just peering at something will help me think. It's a nice little texture. Looks fucking terrible. Like, for the time, it was probably great, but things don't always hold up as much as you think they do. I can't think of anything. Man, it's a hard one. I clearly did whatever the game wanted me to do, right? Or I didn't. I went inside, I pushed a button. Huh. I can't really think of any good particularly good ending that fits. I guess a good ending could be something else, you know? Like the power suit works. Affinia, the day is saved is essentially the point I'm getting towards. The day is saved in the city of Townsville. So like shit's fine, but the downside is, like, I guess a way to put it is that in that particular world, it's sort of a similar ending. Things aren't majorly different. I guess I missed a switch somewhere back there, which I can't see because it's so fucking dark. You see, fucking... I guess the ending would be that Affinia's like, I'm gonna fucking figure out how to retrofit this fucking portal and send you back in time that way. You know? It's like the portal breaks at some point. That could work. Like, she waits outside. She's like, we're gonna fight Rez on fair ground with this giant mech suit I'm wearing. That's gonna work out just fine! That sounds exactly like what she would say. Which is good. Because it means that at least my RP blog is gonna be on point! Which also features her now because, you know... Like, even the mech suit itself, I'm kind of like, it could work. Like, they have generators, so they could theoretically make something that would work on a person's body with, like, working entirely on electromotors to amplify abilities. One of Vinia's mutations, by the way, is that she has ridiculously human hands, and it looks really creepy. Which is why she wears gloves! Ain't that just a hoot? There's a reason she wears gloves. It's because her hands are disgusting! And everyone thinks they're disgusting. It freaks me out just thinking about those bony fingers. Oh, that's so good. Oh my god! I've got some problems that need solving now. Huh. Let me think about the good end. I guess the good end will be just that, isn't it? Is that Affinia kind of figures out how the portal works because she has access because, you know, she's been working with the dudes now. And she kind of figures it out. She's like, you know what? I'm going to see if I can get this thing to work. And the story sort of ends on that note of doing time travel, but better. With an implication that Izumi is like, don't do that, please. Don't touch my fucking time travel portal. Which I guess that would be the nice cliffhanger to end on, you know? Affinia would love for it to end on a cliffhanger. It would be very much in tone with the character. It could be the most open-shut fucking story ever, and it would still have to end on a cliffhanger. That kind of logic. Man, I love this thinking. Just thinking out loud, getting ideas on the table. God damn it. Thank you. Yeah. So Phinia would basically work on the portal. You'd be living with them. And Seb just kind of like, yay, I'm so happy that everything works out. And now I have another friend. And things are looking up Millhouse. I can't believe how great humans worked out for me. Except the Maverick fucking died. I guess that point's not that great. Actually, it would work out great. Maverick shows up alone, and Phinia told, like, just don't fucking do anything. I'm gonna pick something up. We're gonna solve this all Millhouse. Because she has a power armor, and she thinks that's gonna help. It's filled with adrenaline and blood vessel tubes, allowing for quick regenerative functions. And I gave it a stupid name! My god, there's so many of them! There's a reason why, generally speaking, you only put a couple of pain elementals in a fucking room. Or a level, in general. Or why the upper limit is 22 of these things. I wish there was just a button to kill every one of these. I would love that button. Just because of how annoying they are. Ugh! But that story's gonna get some spit and polish, don't you worry about it. But then there's the question of, some people might not be polygamous and might not be interested in an ending like that. The answer I have to that is, it doesn't have to be. You can just pretend it isn't. The way the way the ending scene is set up is Phinea's like, wiggling eyebrows. Ooh, look at these wiggly, wiggly eyebrows. Look at what I'm implicating. And Sebastian's like, I guess I'm in the room. Guess I'm in the same room as this. And it's kind of implied that he either joins or not, depending on how you interpret his lines. It's kind of like, I could, but, you know, it would be kind of odd. Which is also kind of a thing that I like to keep mysterious, is what the fuck Phinia even is. Her gender, so to speak, is not something that is accurately disclosed. Because, as I said, they call each other brothers. They're like, ooh, we're bros. But that doesn't work out if one of them isn't. Sort of. Which is kind of like a joke, a running joke. A stupid running joke that isn't all that funny. Until you realize that you're talking about the town bicycle, apparently not giving a shit. Then it kind of makes sense, and it kind of works as a joke. Just a little bit, just enough that someone's like, Did I do what I was supposed to do in there even? That's always the question, isn't it? Did I do what the game wanted me to do? Yeah, that's the yellow key. The red door is over here. No, that's just a door. I like the story as it is, though. It's good. It needs some reworking. It needs some fine-tuning and polish. It needs some working out regarding the good, bad, and the in-between stuff. I forgot, you're really tough. You're not a fucking Hellmite. Whoops! Now, some of you might say, it's pathetic that you're writing a story like that, involving a canon main character like that. You fucking sad piece of shit, and I'm like, whatever. I love doing this. I'm glad that I'm writing again, because it's been fucking ever since I've written something for myself like that. I'm enjoying it. I'm glad to be inspired. I'm glad if I inspired someone, even if it was something that took my own shit. I'd be like, I'm happy for you. And I give the most dainty of thumbs-ups. Welp! That's another problem. This map is so full of problems. Wow. thought we were in hell before, but I guess we're now really in hell. Doesn't look all that hellish so far. Looks kind of pleasant, actually. Man, the more I think about it, the more I want to rewrite the story already. I'm just already like, I have better ideas, more refined ideas. Ideas that work a little bit better, you know? The sign of good writing is to know when to refine and know when to stop refining, because you just need to finish this fucking thing! God damn it, there's... God, what the fuck is with this guy and hit scan enemies? I get it, you love them. If it was up to you, you'd be married to one of these motherfuckers. But I don't want to attend the wedding! Wink, wink, nudge, nudge! Well, I'm done anyway. I got things to do tonight. I've got meditates. I've got lucids to dream. I got fingers to wiggle waggle, and I've got senses to engage. Generally speaking, I'm kind of busy nowadays! That's great. That was a lot of talking, but I really enjoyed it because I really wanted to get that off my chest. You see, when you talk about your ideas and you love them, you're more likely to find out they're probably shit, and you're going to have to rewrite a couple of things and rework a couple of elements. I do like the general storyline I'm going with. His character who kind of got kicked off their throne and is now not on their throne and in a very bad spot. I like that angle for Ophinia because her character... Okay, let me get this out of the way. Ophinia's character 90% of the time is character who's really powerful, but in kind of a shitty place. You got the normal one who just goes mad with power after a huge period of just... Ugh. She's a Mary Sue by the end of it, but she's the most aggravating Mary Sue because she's like, I don't really care about anyone anymore. I have no problems just letting everyone take the fucking shit take on everything, as long as I get my 5 cents of fun out of this. Which is awful. It's like the worst kind of hero. They're not even in it to fight villains. They're in it because it's funny to see people struggle. To her, it's all flashy CGI. That makes her a terrible person. At least once that part has been reached, because that's not her starting state. Her starting state is... And everyone kind of making her to what she is, because everyone's like a dick. And she's like, I'm going to find the fun in life. And then the fun in life turned out to be the part where she just kind of fucks everyone over. Why are these crusher walls? They don't have to be. Ah, my throat. Ugh. I was thinking about something, and now I forgot what I was thinking about. So the other one I have is one that works in the Marioverse. Looks like a Magic Koopa, effectively. Really good at sorcery, really good at spells. Does the magic like nobody's business. Fortunately, been having to deal with a slightly very invasive teacher. Is all you really need to know. Invasive teacher. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Take that context as sexually as you like it. Because that's the fucking point. She's not too happy about it. I don't really have much of a storyline for her, like where she's going towards, but the general character is set up and already works really well. As someone who wants to impress, who really feels that she's fighting the good fight. But in the end of it all, kind of is like, the people I work for are kind of shitty. Then you got Mischief Maker Ophinia, who's just kind of, I guess, Marina, but slightly goofier, and it's a whole cast of characters that aren't canon because the people involved would probably not give their permission for it. And her whole spiel, I haven't figured out yet, but she's already pretty powerful. Only this time, it's a character who really doesn't have any motivation, who doesn't have anything she wants to do. She doesn't have any goal in life. It's kind of like, oh, you have all this, but you're still living your life for someone else, and not your own. Like, what's the point even? What's the point of being this powerful, this able? You can fly to the sky, but you just kind of stay grounded because you got nothing better to do. What is this, the fucking Tomb of Giants? Ugh. Actually, I like the Tomb of Giants. I just don't like this maggot floor. Ugh. Man, now that I think about it, I really haven't worked them out yet. She generally has powers, though, is the context I'm going for. She's generally more powerful. Powerful enough that she doesn't have to worry about sleeping in the streets. And now she's sleeping in a cave and she doesn't have anything. And she wastes all her money trying to build a little pet project in hopes that it gets her a job back. Now that's kind of cute, isn't it? She knows it's not going to work, but she does it because it keeps her sandy. Because a courier job sure as fuck ain't paying the bills. Even a cave bills. You live in a cave and you still can't afford the place. Man, what a shitty life that's got to be. I mean, you're already genetically malformed and everyone thinks you're creepy. You can't have the kids you want, and you're the kind of person who prefers biological babies. That's a lot of things you can work with. Well, glad to see you're here, Mr. Mankyby, but I did not call for pizza. So fuck off. Thank you. Oh, this just peachy. Just fucking peachy. I think we're going to do this next time, because I'm running out of oxygen here. And once I run out of oxygen, I'm probably going to die. So I think we're going to stop before I'm dead. This is a terrible situation to be in, actually. It just got worse. We'll resolve this next time, when I won't be boring you with that story, because I already told it! Yay!